And so I think about the upright walk, the righteous walk, the way of seeking him and understanding what does it look like to stay in that space. And we're in a world that like constantly we're being pushed down, like the smallest thing. I think about like a waddling toddler, right? And how easy. I remember my second started walking. She started walking at 9 months. And I remember like pushing her over on her little diaper butt and be like, please don't walk yet. It's too early. I want you to stay in that like little season where you're still small. But she wanted to chase after her brother because her brother was exempling an upright way to walk, a way to have faster access, a way to get to mommy when he wanted to get to mommy. And so if you reference that toddler to walking stage and like, how do we uprightly walk? We have to have mentors and leaders. And I was talking to Coach Nat so much this morning about the leaders in which we follow. Who are we utilizing? And if we're not doing it because we're doing it to people and we're putting all of our trust in people, it goes back to that unfollow me campaign that I did last year, where I was like, unfollow me, please, like unfollow me, because I'm not going to get it right. And I don't want to be put on a pedestal, and I don't want to be on a platform unless it's made by God, created by God, and it's for God. And that's the honoring that we have to do. But so often we're looking to be like someone else. I want to be like Tamra. And so you have a bunch of Tamras, little mini Tamras. I don't want any more of me. I'm enough for me. I'm enough to handle, right? Like, I'm like, I can't do anymore. And so it's this process of we want to become more like Jesus, and an upright walk with the Lord is not the easy cultural thing to do. And we're going to stand out. We're going to look different. We're going to have those moments of tension and friction. And are you willing to face that fight? Are you willing to do it when nobody else is going to do it? Are you willing to stand back up even when someone pushes you over because you say, no, I know what it looks like to walk into this dark space bravely because I follow Jesus close enough to know that he precedes me into this situation, or I wouldn't be standing here, that he's the one who cultivated this table for me to sit at. Right. And I think that's like the eagerness of my spirit, is to be sitting in that upright posture all the time. And the only way, the most important way, and Kim alluded to this before, that we can get into that posture is if we've been in that yielding posture, that surrender posture, that submission posture. It's like cast your crown before the Lord. I cannot take a stage until I've been on my knees. And so many people just want to walk on and own it because that's what they think that their confidence resides. I would rather be on my knees on a stage than be standing, because that's the witness of what this looks like to walk this out, and eagerness to become like him. And so often Christ was, even though he was upright in his posture and in his words, he was in a space where he was so surrendered. And so what does that look like for us as influencers? How do we denote that to people? How do we show up vulnerably? How do we do it filter free? Gabriel was just saying, he was listening to someone on TikTok and they were saying, what if we carried our Bibles like our phones? What if when we're scrolling in the grocery line, we're looking at our Bible? What if you're waiting at this traffic light and you're looking at that instead of your phone? I'm like, whoa, I need to become more upright because my phone's got me on a short string.
What if
Right?
we ask God as many times as we ask Google?
Yeah, it's good. Cool. That's a book title. Ask God, not Google. That's good. So I just, that word uprightly and righteousness, we can throw it around, especially in the Christianese, but like, are we actually doing it? And doing that in the smallest ways actually develops the habit to eagerly wait, Felicia, for God to give us the hard moments, the moments where he says, okay, you've done all of those things really well. Now we're going to face that hard challenge. And Nat has been in this conversation multiple times with us this year, where like she was going through some hard stuff. Meanwhile, she's a leader to leaders. Meanwhile, she has a family. Meanwhile, all these other pieces. And it's like, why now, God? Why are you giving this to me now? But it goes back to that abiding. The roots are strong enough that he knows when he goes to prune this branch that has previously been your identity, you're still going to stand and you're still going to have more fruit to bear. Pruning is not fun, but it is so worth it. And that's what the uprighteous walk is about.